Imagine living past 100 years old with a heart as strong as ever. No pills, no surgeries, just a life filled with vitality. Dr. Ellsworth Wareham, a legendary heart surgeon who lived to be 104, had a simple but powerful message. Your diet is your medicine. Today, we'll dive deep into his research-backed insights and uncover the 5 worst foods silently destroying your heart. The last one might completely shock you. So stay tuned until the end because these simple changes could add decades to your life. But before we get started, if you care about your health and longevity, smash that like button and subscribe to our channel, Buddhist Mindfulness, for more life-changing wisdom. The truth about cholesterol and heart attacks. Dr. Ellsworth Wareham, a pioneering heart surgeon, spent decades performing over 12,000 open heart surgeries. Throughout his career, he made a startling observation. Almost no one with a cholesterol level below 140 milligrams per deciliter ever suffered a heart attack. This finding aligns with extensive research linking high cholesterol to cardiovascular disease, a leading cause of death worldwide. But here's the real issue. Most people are unaware of how to regulate their cholesterol effectively. They continue consuming foods that silently damage their arteries, raising their risk of high blood pressure, strokes, and fatal heart attacks. The modern diet is packed with hidden dangers: processed fats, excessive sugars, and cholesterol-laden meals that push our bodies toward chronic illness. Among the worst culprits are 5 specific foods that stealthily wreak havoc on heart health. These foods contribute to plaque buildup in arteries, reducing blood flow and increasing the likelihood of heart disease. Cutting them from your diet, or at least limiting their intake, can significantly lower your cholesterol and improve cardiovascular health. If you want to protect your heart and live a long, healthy life, it's time to take action. Let's dive into the 5 worst foods that could be putting your heart at risk. Food number 1, dairy, the hidden danger in your fridge. For years, we've been told that dairy is essential for strong bones and overall health. From childhood, advertisements, schools, and even doctors have promoted the idea that milk is a necessary part of a balanced diet. But what if the truth is more complicated? What if the dairy products sitting in your fridge right now could be harming your health instead of helping it? Dairy is one of the biggest contributors to high cholesterol, a silent threat that leads to heart disease, stroke, and even premature death. A study published in the European Journal of Preventive Cardiology found that high dairy consumption is linked to an increased risk of stroke and mortality. But why does this happen? The answer lies in 2 major components of dairy. Casein, this protein found in high concentrations in milk and cheese, has been linked to inflammation and arterial plaque buildup. Some studies suggest that casein may even contribute to cancer growth in certain conditions. Saturated fat. Dairy products like cheese, butter, and whole milk are loaded with saturated fat, which raises LDL bad cholesterol levels. Over time, this leads to hardened arteries, increasing the risk of heart attacks and strokes. Even if you don't consume full-fat dairy, low-fat and skim milk still contain casein and other potentially harmful compounds. Dairy products are often praised for their calcium content, but there are plenty of plant-based sources of calcium that do not carry the same health risks. John, a 56-year-old father of 2, was a strong believer in the benefits of dairy. He drank milk every morning, enjoyed cheese on almost everything, and never thought twice about his diet. In his mind, he was eating healthy. One afternoon, while playing in the backyard with his grandchildren, John suddenly felt a sharp pain in his chest. His vision blurred and he collapsed. He was rushed to the hospital, where doctors confirmed he had suffered a heart attack. The cause? Sky-high cholesterol levels built up over decades of dairy consumption. Fortunately, John survived, but his life changed overnight. His doctor gave him strict orders: cut out dairy, switch to a heart-healthy diet, and start exercising. The shock of the heart attack was a wake-up call. He immediately replaced milk with almond and oat milk, cut out cheese, and focused on plant-based sources of nutrition. John's story is not unique. Every year, thousands of people suffer from heart attacks and strokes due to high cholesterol, many of them never realizing that their daily dairy intake is a major contributor. If you're concerned about your cholesterol levels or overall heart health, the good news is that you don't have to give up creamy textures and rich flavors. You just have to make smarter choices. Here are some heart-friendly dairy alternatives. Almond milk. Low in calories and naturally cholesterol-free, almond milk is a great alternative to cow's milk. Oat milk contains beta-glucans, a type of fiber that helps lower cholesterol. Cashew cheese, a creamy, delicious substitute for traditional cheese that is free from casein and harmful fats. Coconut yogurt, a dairy-free alternative packed with probiotics that support gut health. Cutting back on dairy doesn't mean sacrificing taste. With so many delicious plant-based options available, making the switch is easier than ever. Dairy has been a staple in many diets for generations, but modern science shows that it may be doing more harm than good. If you want to protect your heart, reduce your risk of stroke, and lower your cholesterol levels, it's time to rethink your dairy intake. Don't wait for a wake-up call like John's. Start making heart-healthy choices today by replacing dairy with nutritious alternatives. Your heart and your future will thank you. Food number 2, saturated fats, the sneaky killer in your diet. Saturated fat is everywhere: red meat, butter, cakes, chocolate, ice cream, cheese. It's comforting, delicious, and deadly. Dr. Ellsworth Wareham, a renowned heart surgeon who lived past 100, had a clear message. If you want a heart attack, eat more saturated fat. His advice was backed by decades of research. The Harvard School of Public Health has confirmed that diets high in saturated fat significantly increase the risk of coronary artery disease, stroke, and premature death. Why is saturated fat so harmful? Saturated fats raise levels of low-density lipoprotein, LDL, commonly known as bad cholesterol. When LDL builds up in the arteries, it forms plaques that harden and narrow blood vessels. This restricts blood flow, forcing the heart to work harder. Over time, this leads to hypertension, heart attacks, and strokes. Beyond cardiovascular disease, excessive consumption of saturated fats is linked to insulin resistance, increasing the risk of type 2 diabetes. Additionally, research suggests it may contribute to chronic inflammation, a root cause of many diseases, including Alzheimer's and certain cancers. Sarah, a 45-year-old entrepreneur, prided herself on balance and moderation. She enjoyed rich meals, steak with buttery mashed potatoes, croissants with her morning coffee, and ice cream for dessert. She never thought she was overindulging. After all, she exercised occasionally and wasn't overweight. Then came the wake-up call. One evening, after a minor exertion, she felt a strange pressure in her chest. A medical checkup revealed severe coronary artery blockage. Her doctor presented 2 choices: drastically change her diet or prepare for open heart surgery. Shocked and scared, Sarah chose to change. She swapped out red meat for plant-based proteins, replaced butter with heart-healthy extra virgin olive oil, and started eating more fiber-rich foods. Within months, her cholesterol levels improved, her energy increased, and she felt healthier than ever. Thankfully, cutting down on saturated fat doesn't mean sacrificing delicious food. Here's how you can make simple yet effective swaps. Choose healthier fats. Replace saturated fats with unsaturated fats found in nuts, seeds, avocados, and extra virgin olive oil. Go plant-based more often. Instead of red meat, opt for lentils, beans, tofu, or quinoa. Read food labels. Many processed foods contain hidden saturated fats. Watch out for ingredients like palm oil and hydrogenated fats. Ditch full-fat dairy. Swap whole milk for plant-based options like almond or oat milk. Snack smart. Instead of cheese or chips, reach for walnuts, almonds, or hummus with veggies. By making these changes, you can reduce your risk of heart disease, feel more energetic, and take control of your health. The choice is yours. Will you let saturated fats sneak into your diet and harm your heart, or will you take charge of your well-being? Food number 3, sugar, the sweet poison. Think sugar is harmless? Think again. Sugar is everywhere, in sodas, snacks, processed foods, and even so-called healthy options like flavored yogurts and granola bars. While it adds sweetness to our lives, it comes with a dark side. Studies show that excess sugar is a silent killer, contributing to obesity, insulin resistance, metabolic syndrome, and most alarmingly, heart disease. Why is sugar so harmful? Sugar tricks your brain into wanting more. Unlike proteins, fats, or fiber-rich foods that signal to your brain when you're full, sugar bypasses these natural mechanisms. When you consume sugary foods, your blood sugar spikes rapidly, giving you a temporary boost of energy and pleasure. However, this is short-lived. Soon after, your blood sugar crashes, leaving you tired, irritable, and craving another sugary fix. This cycle repeats, leading to overeating and addiction-like dependence. Excess sugar also wreaks havoc on your metabolism. It increases insulin levels, forcing your body to store fat rather than burn it for energy. Over time, this contributes to weight gain, inflammation, and a dangerous accumulation of visceral fat, fat that surrounds your organs, including your heart. High sugar intake has also been linked to increased levels of LDL, bad cholesterol, and triglycerides, both of which elevate the risk of cardiovascular disease. Many people don't realize how much sugar they consume daily. It hides under different names: high fructose corn syrup, dextrose, sucrose, maltose, and more, making it difficult to detect in ingredient lists. The World Health Organization, WHO, recommends limiting added sugar to less than 10% of daily calorie intake, but the average person consumes far more. Research has linked high sugar consumption to obesity. Sugar-loaded foods contribute to excessive calorie intake without providing real nutrition. Diabetes. Constant sugar spikes lead to insulin resistance, a precursor to type 2 diabetes. Heart disease. Sugar increases inflammation and arterial plaque buildup, raising heart attack risks. Fatty liver disease. Excess sugar, particularly fructose, is processed by the liver and stored as fat, leading to non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. Cognitive decline. Studies suggest a high sugar diet contributes to memory loss and an increased risk of Alzheimer's disease. Mark's story, a hard lesson learned. Mark was like many people, hooked on sugary energy drinks and processed snacks. Every afternoon, he needed a pick-me-up, reaching for another can of soda or a candy bar. He ignored the warning signs: constant fatigue, frequent cravings, and sluggishness after eating. At 38, his health took a turn. A doctor's visit revealed that he had developed type 2 diabetes, high cholesterol, and was at serious risk of heart disease. Scared but determined, Mark made drastic changes. He eliminated refined sugar, replaced it with natural alternatives, and focused on whole foods. Within months, his energy returned, his blood sugar stabilized, and he felt mentally sharper. His story serves as a wake-up call. Sugar's effects are real, but change is possible. If you want to reduce your sugar intake and protect your health, consider these steps. Read labels carefully. Check ingredient lists for hidden sugars and opt for whole, unprocessed foods. Choose natural sweeteners. Stevia, monk fruit, and raw honey in moderation can satisfy your sweet tooth without the harmful effects of refined sugar. Increase protein and healthy fats. These keep you full longer and reduce sugar cravings. Stay hydrated. Sometimes sugar cravings stem from dehydration. Drink water before reaching for a snack. Get enough sleep. Poor sleep increases cravings for quick energy sources like sugar. Gradually reduce sugar. Going cold turkey can be difficult. Start by cutting back slowly to make the transition easier. By making mindful choices and being aware of sugar's dangers, you can take control of your health and break free from its addictive cycle. The sweet poison may be tempting, but a healthier, longer life is far more rewarding. Food number 4, salt, the silent killer in your pantry. Salt is essential to life, but too much of it can be deadly. It is often called the silent killer, because excessive salt consumption can quietly lead to serious health issues, including high blood pressure, heart disease, stroke, and kidney failure. The World Health Organization, WHO, recommends that adults consume no more than 5 grams, about 1 teaspoon, of salt per day. Yet the average intake in many countries far exceeds this limit. The problem is that salt is hidden in many processed and restaurant foods, making it easy to consume more than we realize. Salt plays a crucial role in the body, helping to balance fluids, transmit nerve signals, and support muscle function. However, when consumed in excess, it retains water in the bloodstream, increasing blood volume and putting extra strain on the heart and blood vessels. Over time, this can lead to hypertension, high blood pressure, which is one of the leading causes of heart disease and stroke. Additionally, excessive salt intake has been linked to kidney disease, osteoporosis, and even stomach cancer. The dangers of excess salt often go unnoticed because its effects develop gradually. Many people do not experience symptoms until significant damage has already been done. This is why high blood pressure is often referred to as the silent killer. It can remain undetected for years, leading to life-threatening complications. Lisa, a 60-year-old retired teacher, never thought much about her salt intake. It makes food taste better, she would say, adding extra salt to nearly every meal. She also enjoyed salty snacks and processed foods, unaware of their high sodium content. Over the years, she started experiencing fatigue, dizziness, and frequent headaches. A routine checkup revealed that her blood pressure was dangerously high, putting her at risk of a heart attack or stroke. Her doctor warned her about the risks and advised her to cut down on salt. Initially, Lisa struggled with the idea of reducing salt, fearing that her food would taste bland. However, she decided to make small changes. She started experimenting with natural flavor enhancers like garlic, turmeric, basil, rosemary, and lemon juice. Within a few months, her taste buds adjusted, and she found that food could still be flavorful without excessive salt. More importantly, her blood pressure gradually stabilized and she felt more energetic and healthier. Lisa's story is a reminder that even small dietary changes can have a big impact on long-term health. How to reduce salt intake. Read labels carefully. Many processed and packaged foods contain high levels of hidden sodium. Check nutrition labels and opt for low-sodium alternatives. Cook at home. Preparing meals from scratch allows you to control how much salt is added. Use herbs, spices, vinegar, and citrus juices to enhance flavor instead. Limit processed and fast foods. Canned soups, frozen meals, and restaurant dishes often contain excessive sodium. Choose fresh, whole foods whenever possible. Gradually reduce salt use. Your taste buds will adapt over time. Start by using less salt when cooking and gradually decrease it further. Choose potassium-rich foods. Potassium helps counteract the effects of sodium and supports heart health. Include bananas, spinach, potatoes, and beans in your diet. Salt is necessary for our bodies, but overconsumption can silently lead to life-threatening conditions. By making mindful choices, such as using natural seasonings and cutting back on processed foods, we can protect our health without sacrificing taste. Small changes can lead to big benefits. Just like Lisa, anyone can take control of their health by reducing salt intake and embracing healthier alternatives. Food number 5, processed oils, the hidden inflammatory bombs. Do you think vegetable oils are safe? Think again. Many common cooking oils, such as soybean oil, corn oil, and canola oil, are not as heart-friendly as they appear. These oils are highly processed and contain excessive amounts of omega-6 fatty acids. While omega-6 is an essential fatty acid, our modern diets are overloaded with it, leading to chronic inflammation, oxidative stress, and even damage to our arteries. Most vegetable oils go through a refining process that involves bleaching, deodorizing, and the use of chemical solvents like hexane. This process strips away beneficial nutrients and antioxidants while introducing harmful compounds. The high heat used in processing also leads to the formation of trans fats and oxidized lipids, both of which have been linked to an increased risk of heart disease, obesity, and metabolic disorders. Omega-6 fatty acids are necessary in small amounts, but when consumed in excess, especially without a proper balance of omega-3 fatty acids from sources like fish, flax seeds, and walnuts, they become a major driver of inflammation in the body. Chronic inflammation has been linked to conditions such as arthritis, cardiovascular disease, diabetes, and even neurological disorders like Alzheimer's. Robert, a 52-year-old office worker, never thought much about the oils he used in cooking. He loved fried foods, frequently ate processed snacks, and often enjoyed store-bought salad dressings, all of which contained processed vegetable oils. Over the years, he started experiencing severe joint pain, constant fatigue, and dangerously high cholesterol levels. Concerned about his declining health, Robert decided to consult a nutritionist. He was shocked to learn that the oils he had been consuming daily were a major contributor to his chronic inflammation and health issues. His nutritionist advised him to eliminate processed oils from his diet and replace them with healthier alternatives, such as extra virgin olive oil, avocado oil, and coconut oil in moderation. Within months of making these changes, Robert noticed a dramatic improvement. His joint pain significantly decreased, his energy levels soared, and his cholesterol levels dropped back into a healthy range. By simply switching to natural, minimally processed oils, he was able to take control of his health and feel years younger. If you want to avoid the dangers of processed oils, consider these healthier alternatives. Extra virgin olive oil. Rich in antioxidants and monounsaturated fats, it helps reduce inflammation and supports heart health. Avocado oil contains healthy fats and vitamin E, making it great for cooking at high temperatures. Coconut oil, in moderation, contains medium-chain triglycerides, MCTs, which can support metabolism but should be used sparingly due to its high saturated fat content. Additionally, reduce your intake of processed and fried foods as they are often cooked in unhealthy vegetable oils. Opt for homemade salad dressings, cook with healthier oils, and increase your consumption of omega-3 rich foods to balance your fat intake. By making these small but powerful changes, you can protect your body from chronic inflammation and pave the way for long-term health. Dr. Wareham lived to the remarkable age of 104, and his longevity was no accident. He recognized a fundamental truth. Every bite of food we consume either nourishes our bodies or slowly harms them. His plant-based, heart-conscious lifestyle helped him avoid heart disease, one of the leading causes of death worldwide. His life serves as a powerful reminder that the choices we make today shape our health for decades to come. By eliminating these 5 harmful foods from your diet, you are taking a significant step toward protecting your heart, reducing inflammation, and increasing your chances of a long, healthy life. Simple changes like swapping out processed foods for whole, natural ingredients can have profound effects on your well-being. You have the power to transform your health with mindful eating. If this video resonated with you, show your support by hitting the like button and subscribing to Buddhist Mindfulness for more insights on health, wellness, and mindful living. We'd love to hear from you. Comment below and let us know which of these 5 foods surprised you the most. Stay mindful, stay healthy, and we'll see you in the next video.